Ladies and gentlemen, live from East Tennessee, it's Saturday night. All right, let's see y'all come in here. I'm going to wait for the screen to pop up. Want to hear some 5x5s, and we're going to kind of go from there. Screen to pop up. Want to hear some 5x5s, and we're going to kind of go from there. Screen to pop up. Want to hear some 5x5s, and we're going to kind of go from there. All right, we got it all. And John, I had to throw the fedora on just for you, okay? If you're going to throw some hats out there, I can throw some hats at you. If you want the cowboy hat, I'll get the cowboy hat on. Here we go. So, but if you all want to know why I say welcome to the family, welcome to the family. Okay. All right. So, welcome to the after party. Let's have some fun tonight, guys. Want to start by thanking everybody who joined the Freedom Gathering website. We added about 500 people so far in the last 30 hours, roughly, up to just under 1,500 people. Big shout out, as usual, to Prepper Nerd. He got the latest call to action up there. I found where all the rallies are. And so that is now posted on the website. So, guys, I would say this: check out the website daily. Not only are we starting to get going to get news articles on there, but we're going to get where the rallies are, and we can start getting some active shit going. Okay, so hope you all saw my videos today, but let's have some fun. Okay, I don't care what the hell you ask me. I mean, what size condom I wear, I don't care. All right, but let's just have some fun. And if you want to know the after party, there's some pinball peach wine, vintage October. How about that one for it? So, all right. What do y'all want to talk about? What do you want to hear me talk about? Because I get to read, you guys get to listen to my mouth run. So, let's get the F home 2C, like the hat. Let's get Prepper Clubbing moving. Well, hey, let's start right here. And no, I promise you guys, I'm not totally liquored. Okay. Anthony, my wife and I are drinking peach wine. Good deal, sir. You are right there with me. Gray Man Prepping. We need a huge prepper gathering. Damn straight. We need to put something together. There's been a little bit of talk about a place maybe in West Virginia, but I don't know. We'll see what happens with something like that. MS, Trump won. Well, when will they succumb to the fact? Damn, somebody tell me, how much more freaking information do you need? I mean, suitcases coming out from underneath tables down in Georgia? Really? Eric the Red, how about the rally in Georgia today? No kidding. Okay. We're getting there, guys. Next week, if you're in Minneapolis, hit that counter protest against BLM. If you're in DC, hit that pro Trump rally. Let's get some people out there. Make some freedom gathering signs. Put them up. Let's get something done. Okay. There's one in Pasadena, Maryland. Let's be out there and be the counter protesters. Let's have our voice heard. I will ask you this. There's 300 people in here right now. Anybody who is not signed up already at freedomgathering.org, get your ass over there right now. Sign up, get your name on there, and pay attention to what's going on. Okay? We're putting this together to save your ass, not mine, everybody's. Okay? This is what we're trying to do. Get out there and get it done. Get active. Get flyers out there. There's a form letter to send to congressmen, state congressmen. I sent it to Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. Okay? Send it to anybody you can. Your mayor, your police chief, your sheriff, whatever it is. Tell them we are a voice to be heard. You better damn well listen. Because if you don't, we're going to run you over and you're going to be a freaking speed bump. Okay? Get it. All right. Hat change. I think it goes this way. Nope, that way. There you go. How about that one? A 10-gallon hat. Okay, we got it going. And this thing's uncomfortable as hell, but got to have some fun with it. I look better in black, but this one still doesn't fit. All right. Give me the real hat back, because that's the one that feels a whole lot more comfortable for me. Okay. Now, where's everybody handing out flyers? Anywhere you damn well can. Stand out on a street corner. You see all the guys who are out there begging for money from the police department and the fire department. Do that. Do whatever. I don't care. Go to work. Put it up on the bulletin board. Go to McDonald's. Go to the grocery store. Anywhere you can. Every single person we can get that joins the group is one step closer we get to getting the big names involved. Okay? And a lot of people have already sent me suggestions on who to go. But I can't go to them and say, hey, we got 1,500 people. Come join our movement. They're like, okay, yeah, big deal. You're 1,500 people. So what? Okay. We need 15,000. We need 50,000. If we can get that, then we're going. And God knows I sound like a Jerry Lewis telethon right now. All right. So get out there, get signed up on that, and let's have some. Ask me some crazy questions, guys. Let's just have some insane fun tonight. I don't care how goofy it is. I mean, YouTube never monetizes these things anywhere. I really don't care. But if you guys can have some fun on a Saturday night, let's do that. Okay. Regina, you have no way to print them. Okay. You don't have a printer? Okay. Go to work. Use the printer over there. God knows I did that enough. MS, is everything going on in 2020 in preparation for an extraterrestrial invasion? I'll tell you what, it wouldn't freaking surprise me if Martians landed, okay? All right, let's see. I saw one here that I wanted to go to, and I wanted to. North Shore, what's the worst thing you ever had to do for the government? Pay taxes. How about that? Okay. Everything else I did, if you will, I guess I'm assuming you're talking about my military time. I was damn proud to do it. Okay. Because I was doing the right thing. But then again, when I was in was the Reagan years, and then, not that I was a big fan, but Bush 1 years. So at least I had competent people running the military at that point. Monica, ever been to John? Okay, never mind. I guess it wasn't a question. Matthew, aliens or robots, you still need to cook squirrel. Yeah, probably. And you know what? I know how to do it. And there are videos online, guys, on how to skin and cook a squirrel. Okay. You can figure out how to do it. I'll show you in the spring how to trap one. Okay. If anybody knows what an L7 is, I'll show you how to make one and how to trap squirrels and rabbits. Okay. Because it's a hell of a lot easier to set up 10 traps for squirrels and rabbits and 10 fishing poles than to sit out there with one fishing pole and waste all your time. I can be working in the yard and I got 20 things going at the same time. Real simple stuff to do. All you need literally is a stick, a knife, and some wire. So go out and find you some thin gauge wire, if you will, now, because you're gonna be very happy come springtime when I show you how to do all this. Squabbit gravy is the best. Seasons change. Okay. Where are we? Come on, let's go. Melissa Day, what's the grossest thing I've ever eaten? I've eaten some interesting things. I've eaten zebra steak. I've eaten wildebeest. I've eaten monkey brains. Let's see what the grossest thing I've ever eaten. If you've ever had MREs, you try the beef stew and MREs. That's probably the grossest thing I've ever eaten. Okay, and I've eaten some crazy shit. New frontiersman, all the lockdown stuff and all these new restrictions, conditioning and a prelude to the Great Reset. Depends on the state. If anybody noticed tonight, DeSantis came out and said that he is not going to mandate the vaccine. Good for you. Okay. I'm very happy. California, of course, is saying, well, yeah, they're going to. And if you notice the video I ran tonight, it was along the lines of the mandate would have to be based on states. Guess what, California? You're going to lose a whole hell of a lot of residents, which means a whole hell of a lot of tax revenue because they're going to move to states that have a little bit of common sense, unlike the jackass Newsom. You want to mandate all this crap, California? Congratulations. Guess what you just killed? Your tourism industry. All right. So when all those intelligent people, i.e., the people that voted red, move out of California, that would be a wonderful thing. Dale Despain, just say no. Damn straight, just say no. Eric Johnson, what kind of music are you and the missus into? Well, let's see. That would be kind of controversial here. Me, I like my 80s rock and roll. I mean, the hair metal. I mean, give me some Motley Crue, give me my Cinderella, give me my Quiet Riot. Her more into, and ironically, growing up in the Soviet Union at the time, uh, she's more into the John Denver, Dolly Parton, or the Luciano Pavarotti type stuff. And when I put on my 80s metal, her answer is that's angry music. And I'm like, damn straight, that's angry music because, as you pretty much know, I'm always fired up, and that stuff gets me even more fired up. Magic Prepper, don't forget Wasp. There you go. Yeah, that's one I remember when they came out. I was in the army. I think it was about 87 that they came out. Never they never really made it anywhere. I think they had too much of that evangelical bent to them that they got the reputation for. Def Leppard, White Snake, Motorhead. There you go. Rat. You guys are in Hall and Oates. Prepper Nation, you are nuts. Okay, if you're listening to Hall and Oates, I disown you. Stained, that's too recent. Belladonna, Metallica one of the best songs ever. Zebra, yes. What was it? What was their big hit? Tell me what you want. Let's see, Cinderella, Poison, yes. Damn, it was the best music ever, guys. I'm sorry. The baby boomers can say the 50s music was better. Those of us that grew up on 80s music, that is by far the best music ever. If you notice, it's still on mainstream radio channels, the as we're now called classic rock. But yeah, it's still the stuff that my kids listen to. And I've talked to many people who their grandkids listen to because they grew up on it. Big hair music, as Jason in Virginia calls it. Yeah, damn straight. Okay. 70s and 80s, prepping outside the box. Late 70s. Okay, we don't want to go into the disco era. All right, no disco. Okay, I mean Casey and the Sunshine Band, keep them. All right, but you get into Sweet, or I mean that's early 70s, but later Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath. Yeah, but that all gave way to just the heyday we all had in the 80s. Scott Howard, 80s hair bands forever. Yep. Okay. Motley Crue, Welcome to the Jungle. I mean, obviously that's GNR. Uh, Alaska Prepper, the Commodores. Damn, son, you ain't that old. Where else we going? Disco sucked. Yeah. Okay. Now you guys are flying, and I didn't put slow chat on here. Kiss. Okay. All right. Everybody, real quick, because I got to think everybody in here knows at least something the song of Kiss. Favorite song. I want to see what you all think Kiss's favorite song is. AC/DC. AC/DC, my favorite band of all time, period. There is no better band in the world. Thank God they cut a new album. It sucks that Malcolm's not with them anymore, but Angus is by far the best guitarist ever. God of Thunder, Greg Laurie. Now, there's somebody that agrees with me. Beth, a lot of people say that. That's the ballad. Okay. God of Thunder is by far my favorite. Detroit Rock City would come in there close. But rock and roll all night. Belladonka, you just hit the best song ever created, ever. Thunderstruck. Okay, period. Like I said, AC/DC, best band in the history of music. Okay, and I don't care. You can go back to biblical times. AC/DC, best song, best band ever. Thunderstruck, best song ever. Bar none. The end. End of story. Good night. Dirty Deeds, good song. Great. Let's see. Pantera. Only song by Pantera I liked was Cowboys from Hell. For real, Thunderstruck. 14. Yeah, your 14-year-old plays Thunderstruck. Realize that song's over 30 years old at this point. AC/DC with Bon Scott. Yeah. Go watch a couple of videos on YouTube about Bon Scott and tell me that he does not look anything like you'd picture him. Okay. Not at all. I mean, Bon Scott does not look like his voice at all. Roots of Happiness, Big Balls, AC/DC. Yeah, probably not one of their best hits, one of their most fun songs, but, kind of goes along with Mistress for Christmas. But Pete Rock, what's the best dog breed? For a prepper, I'd probably say a German Shepherd. For me, it's a Border Collie. That's just my take on it. Okay, but I mean, for protection, I go with the German Shepherd. MS, does the vaccine change your DNA? Yes, it will. At least the Pfizer one is a messenger RNA, which will change your DNA. So that's one of the things I've been talking about on the site for a while. Be careful with that one. I don't know a ton about the AstraZeneca's vaccine, but the Pfizer one with the mRNA that's a scare. That's the one that'll basically cause you a ton of problems. MS, sterilization, God knows what. Okay. Guillain-Barré, there's a whole lot that I've been able to find out on that from my research, the dumbass I am, that they don't tell you. But, guys, do your research before taking the vax. Joel, thank you. 195 likes now, at least for me, or at least from my view. Let's see. Deborah Cancel, Hell's Bells, another great song. I mean, there's everything on Back in Black was great. Time out. Wine sip. Spent too much time talking, not enough time drinking. And no, I'm not drunk. Rip Curl, 50,000 units coming to our valley end of next week. 50,000 units of what, dude? What do we got here? Let's see. Rip Curl, 50,000 units coming to our. Got to scroll that down here. New Frontiersman, favorite whiskey. I am either a Canadian or Irish whiskey guy. I'm not a big fan of Tennessee whiskey. I'm not a big fan of Kentucky bourbons. Give me Crown Royal or give me a good Jameson and I'm happy. Life with Bobby, Ride On by AC/DC. Yeah, you want something to mellow you out at the end of the day? Yeah, that's a good song for it. Aaron Woods, Meatloaf. There's somebody, believe it or not, I am a huge Meatloaf fan. Okay. Love Meatloaf. Saw him in Vegas. When we lived there, obviously. Between Bat Out of Hell 1, 2, and 3, I mean, going from Paradise, going on to what was the name of the song on the next album? I Do Anything for Love. I just love this. He's a great storyteller. Okay. And if anybody ever asked me my favorite movie of all time, it's the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I've seen it 198 times. And yes, I did dress up for the Rocky Horror Picture Show back when I was in high school, mind you. This is when on Saturday nights we all went to the midnight movies. And a buddy of mine and I, he had a tuxedo, and I used my mother's wedding dress, and we walked down the aisle. And yes, I was the one in the wedding dress. So we got the rice thrown at us, which was always hilarious. But we were a staple up in the suburbs of Detroit for that one. Laura Williams, my favorite Western movie. Anything with John Wayne. Period. Okay. I could sit and watch John Wayne movies I don't care if it's his Westerns. I don't care if it's his military movies. I could watch John Wayne movies all day long. Probably the most brilliant man ever, and probably the biggest patriot ever. Okay. So give me John Wayne all day long. The world lost a great soul when he died. Timothy, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Guys, if I missed any super chats, I apologize. I'm just kind of running my mouth and trying to read this as fast as I can. Let's see, what else we got? Meatloaf Fight Club. Okay. A newer AC. Violet, Long Way to the Top. That is not a newer AC/DC song. Long Way to the Top was off. That was off. What album was that one off of? That was Bon Scott era. Shit. For Those About to Rock. I believe that was the album. It's either that or High Voltage, one of the two. Yeah, Aaron Woods, you'd pay to see that pic. I wish I had him. My mother, I'm one of two boys, okay? My mother used to laugh all the time. She's like, never in my life did I think my son would wear my wedding dress. But, hence, it's, as you can tell, guys, I don't have any problem with picking on myself, okay? And that's never changed in 40 years. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Aaron James said, I lived in Texas when the day Stevie Ray died. I was going to college down at University of North Texas. And I remember hearing on the way back from class that Stevie Ray had died. That literally, and I was working in a country western bar, just I was putting my way through college. That was probably the most solemn day more than 9/11. That was probably the most solemn day I've ever seen the public, because down in Texas, Stevie Ray Vaughan is a god. And it was, nobody said anything. It was just quiet. And it was unbelievable. And just, to think about that again, it's, my favorite Stevie Ray song ever was White Boots. I think that was just the epiphany of him, but such as so. Hot Rod Prepper, Ted Nugent. Yeah, would love to get Ted involved. A couple of people have sent me as close as they can come up with contact information. I'm going to have to pull some of my Detroit connections up there to see if I can get a hold of Ted. Because I went to high school up in Detroit and still know a couple of guys who work up in the radio industry up there. Lost Product. West Virginia governor said that all West Virginia residents will be vaccinated by mid-March, my opinion. Really? So is he going to walk up door to door and do it himself? Because, let's see. How are they going to do that? That's going to be a little difficult. Are you going to force people to? What is the enforcement action? Just because you say it's going to happen doesn't mean it's going to happen. Midnight Movies, Eric Johnson missed those. Yeah, you and me both. Let's see, where else? Leia, the shot needs to be kept at minus 70. Yeah, it does. Okay, there's the catch. Obviously you have refrigerated rail cars, refrigerated trucks, or whatever it is, but somebody was telling me today that after it's kept at minus 70, it's got to defrost for 6 hours or whatever to do it. So there's a lot of real interesting, confusing things. None of this is making sense to the public, guys. All right. Prep your stat. Jimmy Vaughn is better than Stevie Ray. Come on, who the hell do you think taught Jimmy? Mary Skyros, fear will bring people into the vax locations. They want to keep people scared. Well, damn straight, that's what they want to do. That's their only tactic. They want to scare the hell out of you. Oh, the stores are going to close. Oh, you're going to lose your job. You're not going to be able to go anywhere. The only way you can possibly survive anymore is if we give you this shot in the arm. It's my answer. Okay? Trust me, we can all survive without them. The easiest freaking way to stop them is to stop putting money in their pockets. All right? Bezos, Gates, anybody. All right? When we stop funding them, they stop having power. I said this in the video. They can have every single dollar bill that exists in the United States, that every single euro that exists in Europe. They can have every single Krugerrand that exists in South Africa. They can have every single yuan that exists in China. It doesn't freaking matter. If they have it all and it's worth nothing to you and me, we don't want it. They're broke. Okay? Something is only worth what somebody else will give you for it. Give you for it. Okay? If they have $100 bill and you go, it doesn't do me any good. I've got a tomato and the tomato is worth more than a $100 bill. Their $100 bill is worthless. Okay? Please, guys, understand that the easiest way to take these guys down is economically. I've been saying this for 30 freaking years. We have to stop paying into all the crap that we buy from China and bring it on home. Okay? I'd rather buy something that's made here that costs 3 times as much, that's going to last me for 20 years, than buy something that's made in China, throw it out in 2 years because it's broken and buy it again. That's what they count on. Okay? Realize that. Go flip over your furniture. If it says made in America, it's probably been in your house for 30 years. If it says made in China or made in Sweden, i.e. IKEA, you can probably throw it out in 2 years and have to buy it again because the legs are broken, the springs are broken, all the crap is done. Okay, go look at your pots and pans, okay? How often do you replace your pots and pans? Constantly. Why? Because they warp, they bend, all the shit flakes off of them, et cetera, et cetera. Go buy Lodge, which is made in Tennessee, cast iron cookware. That stuff will last you for 100 years. Okay, get my point here, guys. Buy the stuff that's made in the U.S. Screw everybody else. I'm going to do a video on this tomorrow, okay? And this is it. Bernie Sanders, AOC, and the Democrat Socialists. I'm gonna coin this name right now. They're Nazis. Nationalist Socialist, German, Nazi. Democrat, Socialist, Nazis. That's who's trying to take over our country. Get it, okay? Done with this crap. Rant over. It's supposed to be a party, right? Paul Taylor, I buy and use 100-year-old mason jars. Yeah, gee, they ain't made in China, are they? Stuart, that's some deep financial truth. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to bullshit you guys. I mean, this is simple stuff. North of the 52nd, buy local, barter, avoid taxes. Exactly. You go buy it from the garage sale, the farmer's market, whatever it is. They're not charging you taxes. Guess who doesn't get rich? The guy who's going, I've got we're going to raise this money. Give me $1. Okay, so I give you $1. How's that dollar spent? Well, 20 cents of it goes to pay for the food to the poor, but the other 80 cents goes to, buy my new Lamborghini and to buy my yacht and to buy my private plane. And, God knows when I have to fly for a conference, I have to stay in a hotel room that costs me $3,000 a night. But please donate that $1 to me. Like every one of these BS commercials on TV saying, oh, donate to the people, the Holocaust survivors or whatever. Go look into some of this crap and see where the money goes. 70-80% of the stuff goes into their pocket, and hardly any money goes where you think you're donating. All right. It's the same thing with politicians. All right. You're donating all this money to a political campaign, and all they're doing is going, cool, I got a $5,000 a night suite. I'm going to go stay at on the top floor at Caesar's Palace in Vegas when I go, for $250,000 a night. Really, can you or I afford that? But no, but if they take a whole bunch of money from us, sure, they can. Yeah, Rip Curl goes to Sally Struthers. Yeah, ain't that the truth? She's about long gone. Oh man, yeah, Lamborghini helps you raise funds faster. I don't know. Northern Girl Hobbies, thank you. I appreciate the comments. Paul Taylor, cashless society will only push people back into gold and silver. I'm going to say this again, guys. Anybody that believes in crypto is a complete moron. Okay, I can get on my computer and completely destroy crypto, everything, wipe you out in about 5 minutes. Tap, 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 poof, you're done. Okay, that's it. Physical silver, physical gold, even physical copper, pennies before 1983 were copper. Okay, that's going to have value. Crypto, if you got your money in crypto, get out. Okay, you made money on Bitcoin, wonderful. Take the profits and get the hell out, because that's the biggest Ponzi scheme ever. Eric Foss, I crack up at Archie Bunker going at it with Meathead. Little bit before my time, and God knows Dad was not an Archie Bunker fan. Okay, so this was, again, 70s, and I was late, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, not a whole lot of All in Family in my house. But yeah, I mean, at least the idea was right. I mean, Rob Reiner's been a jackass from the day he was born, so pick that up. Laura Newell, local thrift stores are the best. Forget Salvation Army or Goodwill. Yeah, Salvation Army and Goodwill are good to donate to. They're not the best place to buy from, because they're going to try to suck you for money. And if you want to take a look at where they donate their money, it's probably not lining up with what your morals are. Eric Johnson, pinball, my age. Guess what? 54. Thank you. Rip Curl, Edith. Yeah, well, Edith died. So, all right. Now you get to see Hat Head. It's getting a little hot, so I can deal with what you were saying before, John. So bear with me with even the. There we go. Get it down. There we go. Look like alfalfa here. F Home 2C, Mash or Hogan's Heroes. Love them both. Okay. Hogan's Heroes is probably, I enjoyed more because it was a little more funny. Mash was good. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, if I had to pick between the two, I'm probably a Hogan's Heroes fan. All right. North of 52nd, local beef and chicken from the local butchers. Around here, fortunately, I got a lot of cattle people, so that's good. So we can get local beef. I got quarter side of beef. I just got another freezer, so I'm gonna try to get some more. But we all know that the butchers are out till 2022, so I'm trying to work a couple of deals, see if I can get another half side of beef. Let's see. Prepping Plumber, Meatloaf, loved by the Dashboard Light. I think if there's any song that people know by Meatloaf, it's Paradise. But they're 2 out of 3 ain't bad is still my favorite. So let's see. Oh, here we go. MASH. The Honeymooners. Okay. Pink 67, Floyd. I ain't that old. Okay. Actually, when I started, most of the TV shows I watched were in color. Okay. Let's see. What do we got? Mikhail Kalishnikov. Clear alcohol has multiple uses. Ain't that the truth? Let's see what else we got here. Holy crap. Let's see. We've been going for half an hour already. What do we got? 400 people in here. All right. Daniel St. Geez, well, I know I saw Jewel before and Daniel St. Martin. Thank you for one of my other mods being here. And I think Indiana Prepper too was in here. So I think all of them are in there. And Leia, I know you want to be a mod and I'm still trying to figure it out. I just keep forgetting about it. So if you're still in here. Melissa Day, Star Trek or Star Wars? The original first three, well, 4, 5, and 6. The original Star Wars, yeah. The original Star Trek, Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, DeForest Kelly. I'm 6 and one, half dozen the other. The rest of the crap, the Next Generation, all the new Star Trek or Star Wars stuff, it's all garbage. Okay, junk. Not worth not only going to the theaters for, not worth even watching on TV to me. How about that? Brenda Hobbs laughing. See, when I was a kid, I might have watched some of the reruns, but when I was a kid, I remember the Gong Show, and that was a lot better. Tony Florida, Freedom Gathering. Yes, I will say it again, guys. If you haven't gone to freedomgathering.org, please help us out any way you can. If you can pass out flyers, if you can write letters, if you can help us financially, whatever would be. Okay. There is no way to donate financially on there because we don't want to create a 501c3. So, because that creates all sorts of crap about, I think I mentioned this in the video, then we'd have to get attorneys and accountants and all this sort of stuff, but we're trying to do what we can do. So, if you want to donate to any of, TJ or me or Angry Prepper or Prepper Now or Prepper Nation or whatever it is. And we're kind of all putting that money to however we can get it. All right. So, Jamie, we're still under 1,500. I know it was 1,460 something when we started. So, name that tune. Oh God, we're going to go into game shows. Yeah, Uman, 80s and 90s comedy would make social justice warriors' heads explode today. Yeah, show them an episode of The Love Boat and tell me how that one goes over. Heather, can we please talk Bigfoot already? All right, I'm going to do this. God, it doesn't even work. Let's see, guys. You want to do Bigfoot? That's been my Halloween costume a few times. I'm 6'8", 290, wear a size 13 shoe, and I make a great Bigfoot. Buddy of mine who has old Army buddy of mine, who's got about 140 acres outside of Salt Lake City in Utah, Twilla. We did a photo shoot one time just to screw with everybody. And I put on a Bigfoot costume and walked out, maybe about 200 yards away from his porch. And he filmed me walking out there in this Bigfoot costume and put it up on YouTube. And I don't think it's up there anymore. If it is, who knows? But it was absolutely hilarious because it didn't go viral, but it spread around quite a bit. I think he got 30, 40,000 views, but it was funny as hell. And we just laughed all the time. So there's your Bigfoot story. Yeah, I can actually pull off Bigfoot. And if I get any fatter, I'm going to pull off Santa Claus. So what else we got? Rip Curl, Bigfoot's the all-time winner of hide and seek. Yeah, him and the Loch Ness Monster. So Heather, I'll be 6'5", 6'5.5" and a 15 shoe. Okay. Well, he's still short. Gracie Quinn, how did I get the pinball name? It was actually my code name or my call sign when I was in the Army. Okay. I was in military intelligence. And obviously you don't use your real name in the military in a lot of disciplines. So that was mine. Okay. And no, I didn't pick it. It's basically assigned to you. Best EDC knife, Dwayne at Salty 6 Homestead asks. I get asked that. I'm not a knife guy. Okay. I mean, I've got a Maracniv. I carry that. I mean, it's probably $25. It's a good steel knife. I'm not a knife guy. So, for all the people that, are asking about knives, that's not me. I'm much more the gun guy. But you know, I mean, sure, I have a knife, but that's not going to be my go-to. If it ever came to a hand-to-hand combat, I'm probably done at that point. I'm figuring my goal is you're 50 feet away from me. I'm going to stop you then. I'm not letting you get 2 feet away from me. So, James Hoggle, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me serve. I guess, y'all are the ones that allow us to volunteer and serve for the country. It's a family thing. Kind of funny. Both my grandparents and my father were all Navy, and so I decided to join the Army. I was a rebel ever since I was a kid, and well, it pissed off my dad initially. He was still proud that I served. So, where are we? Northern Girl Hobbies. I'm a knife gal. Have a local knife guy who makes them totally awesome. And you're welcome again. North Shore. Yep, I will say that to everybody. There's quite a few subscribers on the channel here, and I will say that constantly to every. Thank you to all my brothers and sisters who signed that blank check and said you were willing to do anything for this country. Now is the time we might have to cash it. Okay, so let's do what we can. But we may be the last stand. Maybe a bunch of old guys going up and saying the hell with these older guys. But never forget the oath we took, foreign and domestic. Right? Okay, love y'all. James, you're a military brat. Well, at least you know a little bit about what we do. So, glad your mom or dad served too. Tell them thank you from me. Regina, happy birthday to your dad. Tell him welcome home from me. That's from here. Okay. Those guys got shit on bad, and we appreciate them. I mean, I was trained by a lot of Vietnam vets, and those guys were some hardcore sons of bitches. And if it wasn't for them, we probably aren't where we are today. Okay. So tell your dad thank you for his time. Tell him welcome home. A new beginning, Army gal. At least you were Army. Thank you. Okay. At least get a little bit of fraternity here. Diane Colbert, I'd be interested to know how many veterans are in a group. You and me both. A lot of what we talk about on this channel, or a lot about what I talk about actually, is knowledge that I've gained from being in the Army. Okay. So a lot of it also comes from what I've learned in civilian life and a lot of research I do, but my common sense comes from my military training, and I'd be really interested to, I see the comments come from some of the vets, and they're all pretty much on the same sheet of music as me. I mean, we have minor disagreements, and that's totally cool. I totally get that. Okay. But at the end of the day, a veteran is a veteran, and we are trained and hardwired in here that there is nothing more important than the United States of America. And we will do anything and everything for this country. And I'd love to see everybody who's on here say U.S. Army, U.S. Navy, U.S. Marines, Coast Guard, whatever it would be, Air Force, Space Force, whatever it would be. I'd love to see how many vets we have in here too. Arlene Jackson, what's my favorite meal? Okay, Arlene, you gotta understand. My wife is Russian, and she's a absolutely fantastic cook. Okay, my favorite meals that she makes are either real beef stroganoff or her cream of chicken soup. Those by far are the two best she makes in a long shot. Okay. If I was on death row, her beef stroganoff would be my last meal. So I guess that probably answers your question. April D, let's talk about how Ohio, a red state, is becoming a little California. This is ridiculous. How is Ohio becoming a little California? Okay, I mean I know Mike DeWine's a complete idiot, and but the people in Ohio are not going to put up with that. I mean, DeWine's a joke, but the people in Ohio from my time, I mean, I lived in Florence, Kentucky. I lived in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I know uh, people in both North and South. People in Ohio got balls of steel, and I'm not worried about DeWine running over the people. What do we got here? New Frontiersman, prime rib. I'll still take my uh, brain dead. Uh, just completely lost it. Uh, meal, meal. Egg noodles and mushrooms and beef, and I can't think of what the hell the damn thing's called. Lost it. Okay, all right. So hey, it's quarter after 11. I'm allowed to be tired. I'm up. I've been up for 18 hours. Beef stroganoff. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Catherine Mesa, Army. There we go. All right. Let's see. What do we got? Patricia Levasseur. Uh, absolutely correct there. Yeah, there's quite a few idiots that are governors at this point. I mean, I don't know, Cuomo, Newsom, Whitmer, DeWine, pick one. I mean, I mean, we all know Kemp down in Georgia right now is, got his, ass up his head up his ass right now. He's trying to save face instantly, but yeah, Kate Brown. Yeah, there's one. Yeah, or what's his name? Pritzker in Illinois, or what's the moron in Washington? I can't think of his name. Uh, yeah, but yeah, I mean, no, hot rod. I didn't forget Pritzker. Trust me, he's another piece of shit. Uh, Joyce Raffensperger. Who the hell is that? Inslee. Thank you, Inslee. That's the guy in Washington. Okay. Ted Wheeler. Okay, trying to read this. Okay. All right. Oh, we got Google moderators in here. Thanks, Daniel. If you see them, if you can figure out how to boot them, boot them. Okay. We don't need the communist left in there. Like I said, we got the dotsies. We don't need the dotsies. Okay. All right. Wine sip, and you can see I'm going so fast, right? All right. Somebody throw a crazy question. Let's get the party going again, because y'all are asking too many serious stuff, and it's what 11:20 on the East Coast out here. See, I mean, now we already lost Kentucky Girl because it's getting late. What are my thoughts on Kemp's daughter's boyfriend who was killed? I haven't heard that story yet, so I don't know. KM, sipping slow now, but what number glass is that? 3. I'll be honest with you, y'all know. Okay. This is homemade stuff. I finally got to bottle it today after a month. I was like, okay, had a taste of red. This is the first one of the peach. So actually, it's pretty good. But yeah, I'm feeling a little. Uh, North Shore, what is my go to fast food? Well, if I was back in Vegas, it would be In and Out Burger. Still the best place ever. Where I live, there really isn't a go to fast food because the nearest fast food joint is half an hour plus away. So fast food isn't really in our eating. But in a worst case scenario, if I was that hungry and driving down the road somewhere, I'd look for a Taco Bell, just because it's cheap and I can get something to eat real quick. Uh, Laura Austin, have I ever ridden a horse? Many times. After high school, granted this is back in the 80s, I moved out to Elizabeth, Colorado for a summer. And at the time, Elizabeth was a tiny little town. I literally parked my car and rode a horse everywhere, to the store, to whatever, to work, whole 9 yards, all summer. Did not, nothing. Uh, Ridden a horse, horseback trails. My buddy out in Utah that I mentioned earlier before rode a horse out on his property. Uh, would I say I'm a good rider? No. Would I say I know my way around a horse? Yes. Uh, Regina Morgan, it used to be Gabriel's and Ipsy. Let's see, I haven't been up in Michigan. You got to tell me what Gabriel's is. I mean, the only thing I remember about Michigan for decent, I won't say fast food, but was, Elias Brothers Big Boy. D. Brown, your apple wine is turning to cider vinegar. How do you stop the process? It shouldn't. If you've left it in there for a month, it should be fine. I mean, if you bottle it after a month, get the yeast out of there, you're done. Okay, so once you've hit a month, that's it. Take it out. Either siphon it out or strain it out or whatever it is. Get the yeast off of it. The yeast should mostly be dead, but it shouldn't turn into vinegar at all. Best cheesesteak hoagies. Is that what it is? Okay. Don't know. I mean, my brother went to Eastern, so I mean, he might know it, but I went to Michigan State for a year and then the Army. So, Michigan State, and I spent a little bit too much time playing euchre and not enough time studying. So that's why the first year of college was the last year for about 5 years. Laura Newell, are you going to yell Jumanji or Happy New Year at the stroke of midnight? Probably I'm going to yell, oh shit, here comes 2021. Where is it? Paul Taylor, what was my MOS in the Army? I was 97 Echo. And back in the 80s, that was a that was a linguist interrogator. It's now been changed to a 35 whiskey because they are no longer making the interrogators go through language school. I've heard there may be some changes to that, but you have to understand when I was in the Army, this was during the Cold War. So you had, in my case, Czech linguist, Polish, Russian, et cetera, et cetera. Now the linguists they need are basically any dialect of Arabic. And, because the Czechs, the Poles are all our allies, we really don't need interrogators. But 97 Echo was what I went through, which is now a 35 whiskey. M. Markle, how many fruit trees do I have? 6. Okay. Peach, plum, pear, apricot, and 2 figs. That's it. Okay. And I mean, those provide enough for what we need in the way of fruit. in the gardens that will be planted in the summer. That'll have cantaloupes, watermelon, and honeydew. So I should be fine on my fruit there, my vitamin C. It's not, I'm too far north to grow citrus. Oh man, Marianne or Ginger, Daphne or Thelma, or Scooby, smart ass. Marianne for sure. Daphne or Thelma. My dog is named Daphne after Daphne in Scooby Doo. So I hope that gives you the answer. Okay. Christy Martinez, my voice reminds you of John Goodman. Okay, I hope you're not talking about when he was in Roseanne, because that would really insult me. Okay. Eric, good night to you. I will keep my head on a swivel. You do the same and stack it high yourself. New Frontiersman, fig preserves are great stuff. That's why we got the figs. Okay, it's something that we can use in a pinch for something sweet. Dwayne at Salty 6, Ford, Chevy, Dodge, or other. Ford, and I will tell you why. I've owned 2 Dodge pickup trucks. Both of them had transmissions fall out of them at around 120,000 miles. I'll never own another one. Chevy, I've just had too many problems with mechanicals. The Ford I've got right now has got 130K on it, and the thing that's 10 years old still runs like a top. So, won't own anything but a Ford anymore. Tried them all. And no, I'm not buying a Tesla pickup truck. Okay? Anybody who's a prepper and buys an electric truck is an idiot. April D, did you ever think you'd live through pretty much the end of days in your lifetime? No. I mean, it's funny. When I started prepping, I did not figure this would be what I was prepping for. Okay. I knew it was going to be a political event, but I did not think it was going to be this kind of catastrophic political. We thought Obama was bad. Okay. Obama was a freaking disaster for this country. And what we're seeing now makes Obama look like the Vienna Boys Choir. You know, I mean, what he did was destroy the country and divide the country. Okay, part of the reason we are where we are. But I mean, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and everybody took it to the nth degree and said, okay, we're going to completely blow the country up. And then we're going to put a mental moron in there like Joe Biden. So, you know, who's completely useless, and that way we'll run the country. If you don't think it, I mean, Biden and Harris are complete puppets. I mean, they're not controlling anything. Okay, Schumer and Pelosi have some, but this is, you know, Klaus Schwab, this is Bill Gates, this is Jeff Bezos, this is Mark Zuckerberg. That's who's calling the shots here, guys. Okay, because they're just, you know, let's run out the money. Oh God, what else do we go here? Prepper Lane, thank you very much, sir. You're in East Tennessee. I'd love to know where you are, because you can't be too far from me. Well, East Tennessee is big. I mean, hell, you could be out in Bristol and you're 2 hours away from me. But thank you very much, sir. Mad, okay, there's an Army buddy. Mad Shad, Shattered Ankle, best barbecue. I'm going to piss off everybody in Tennessee. Texas barbecue is better than Kansas City barbecue, is better than Memphis barbecue. I'm sorry, but Texas barbecue is by far the best barbecue. End of story, no question, the end, done. Yeah, Northern Girl Hobbies, Obama and Michael. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out who's the man and who's the woman in that relationship. Let's see what else we got. Moldy Soldier, are you near Elizabethtown? I'm guessing no, because I've never heard of it. Diane Ditto on the barbecue. Yeah, okay. Hot Rod, what do I think about the chances for an EMP? Okay. Again, I've gone through this before, but I will say it again. The only country that could possibly feasibly hit us with an EMP is China. Okay. China has many ways to attack, if you will. None of them make sense except economically. They can't do it. They cannot, I mean, they're not going to do it by an EMP because, well, it makes more sense than a nuclear war. They cannot afford to completely wipe out the grid in the United States. They need it too much. Okay. And I mean, if you all don't know, some people don't know what an EMP is. That would take out the electrical, electric, your power, your cell phone, your car, whatever it would be, anything that runs on, has any sort of electronics, and would wipe it out. China couldn't do that because they'd have no way to get the commodities, if you will, that they need from the United States, i.e. food, to them. They couldn't handle the logistics. So an EMP is probably the second most likely way they do anything, because everything else doesn't make sense. But economically is literally the only war that China could impose on the United States. And that long-winded answer probably caused me to miss a whole lot of stuff. So let's see what else we got here. Guys, I'll go to midnight. It's 11:30, but I'll go to midnight if y'all want to keep going. Let's see. Y'all serious? Outhouse or porta potty? Okay, sorry, I'm gonna pee off my deck at that point. Okay, I really don't care. I'll dig a cat hole. All right, and down on Boddington. What do I do to manscape my beard? Well, when I get my hair cut, I have them trim it. And other than that, I just kind of run my brush through it, run my fingers through it. It's just the way it grows. Rip curl. That's why they're loading up low yield tactical nukes into their missiles and hypersonic. I still don't see it happening. Okay, China's not foolish enough to do that. China would get its ass handed to them if they ever tried to attack anybody. Okay, Russia hates them. Okay, period. I mean, anybody says, "Oh, Russia'd be a Chinese ally." No, Russia hates the Chinese. Okay, and Russia has a significant army in Siberia. Okay, so they have North Korea. If we're moving around geographically. Then you have India. Well, you've got to get through the mountains to get to India. India is a NATO member. Okay. All of Europe can be in India within a couple of days, all right, between rail and air, all right. So they push the Chinese back, but they're a NATO member. So if you keep going south, what do you have? Now you have North Korea and you have South Korea. Okay. South Korea, we have a significant force on the DMZ. And you have Japan that would be in there to help. China has no way to do it. China has 2 aircraft carriers. They have no way to maneuver anywhere. They're landlocked by, if you will, enemies. Okay, and they're sea locked by the fact that they have no capabilities in the sea. The Japanese Imperial Navy in World War II had a more effective navy 80 years ago than the Chinese do right now. Okay. So don't worry about, the only way China can do anything to the rest of the world is economically, and that's what they're trying. I see something awesome. Tracy says awesome at Prepper Nerd, and Prepper Nerd, I have no idea what you said, but 1,499 members. Who the hell's going to be 1,500? Come on, guys. Somebody get in there and sign up. And then share this, guys. Share it out. Get it out on Facebook. Get it out on Instagram, Twitter, Parler, wherever the hell you are. Talk to people. This is what the flyer's for. This is, pin it up in bulletin boards. That's why we put the QR code on there. Make it as easy as possible. We need the freaking numbers. Okay. Prepper Nerds also got, like I said earlier, got the list on there of protests that we can all go make our voices heard at. Hey, like I said, nobody's asking you to get violent, but go out there and make some noise. Be a body. Stand in the back. I don't care, but be a body. You're somebody else that supports this. So, okay. Let's see. Well, the computer. Oh, there we go. Gray Man Prepping. Advice for a new creator here on YouTube. Definitely will be promoting Freedom Gathering. God willing, launch should be in 2 weeks. Gray Man Prepping, do me a favor, shoot me an email. Okay. It's pinballpreparedness@protonmail.com. I'll give you a hand. Because anybody that is willing to help get the word out, help spread teaching people about prepping, and B, trying to save this country, I will give all the help in the world I can. And I know damn well Prepper Now, Prepper Nation, Angry Prepper, TJ Preps, Backcountry Preps, Uman, Fourth Dimension, Indiana Prepper, any of them, they'll all help you. Okay. If you want to help grow the community, we're there. You're not stealing from us. You're just increasing the value that we all bring out. So please email me. Paige Vinaigrette. That's an interesting name. Military personnel, will you take vaccine willingly? Will you help push it if told to do so? Well, somebody had emailed me on this today. Military personnel may not have any choice. And I remember quite well when I was in, we'd walk in formation down the line, and they had two guys with, the old air guns, and they'd hit you in each shoulder with all the different stuff. And I've still got the scars on each shoulder for them. The military may not have any choice in the matter on whether to take the vaccine. Now, if they're told to do so, that's a different question, because active duty military is under federal control. The federal government doesn't, by constitutional law, does not have control over health issues. That is a state issue. So now that would have to be the National Guard, which would have to be ordered by the governors of each state to do so. And at that point, then you have constitutional issues whereby before they do it, there's probably going to be a whole lot of constitutional lawyers who are going to fight that. So that the active duty military legally will not do it. That's an unlawful order. Okay, National Guard, that's a different issue. Penny Skaggs, does Mrs. Pinball get nervous when sabers rattle from Russia? She's got friends back there. She's got distant family, but I mean, both her folks are gone. She was the only child, so it's not. I mean, she's got cousins that we still talk to. She and I, but Russia's not as much of a threat as the media makes it out to be. If you took the geopolitical, Russia's probably middle of the road. I mean, maybe a little left of Trump, but the people of Russia are much more supportive of Trump than, I mean, the people of Russia hate Biden. I will tell you that right now, okay? Because, they're just afraid of what he's going to do to the world economy. And so she pays attention to it, but she hasn't given me any inkling of, oh my God, this is worrying her. What else do we got? Yeah. New Frontiersman. Russia hates globalism too. Yeah. Russia is very much as I am, okay, a isolationist type for the most part country, okay. Mother Russia, okay, we've all heard that term, and the Russians are very proud of being Russian, okay. Not that we aren't all proud of being Americans or Mexicans or Canadians or British, or the Russians are very proud of their heritage, okay, and y'all have to take that into consideration. So, don't underestimate that. Firestina, thank you very much, ma'am. I get the little Kung Fu Kitty. Is that what it looks like? So good deal. Uh, Rodney, you spelled Illinois wrong. Okay, I will tell you this. I lived in Woodridge. I grew up in Downers Grove. Okay, my folks still live in Darien. Uh, I had a house in Plainfield for a while. I left in 1998. Never looked back. Illinois can kiss me in the derriere for as far as I'm concerned. Okay, that state has completely gone to hell. Anything south of, I don't know, Will County and Kane County, I love you guys, but Cook County, DuPage County, you guys, and Will County, Kane County, you guys have screwed up that country so bad, or that state so bad. You deserve what you got. The rest of you, God bless you, because you are putting up with all. I mean, how many politicians do you guys have that are in prison? Really? North Shore, Canadian money. Damn you. Okay. Do something better with that, okay? Guys, I I appreciate the donating to the cause and everything like that and trying to take care of it, but I want you all to be taken care of first. Please understand that, okay? I'll do what I can with it, but make sure you're taken care of before trying to help the cause. 13 Feathers, Darien, Wisconsin. No, Darien, Illinois, and Darien with an E. It's a suburb of Chicago in DuPage County. Let's see what else we got. Eric Johnson, I lived in Moline, then moved to Davenport, Iowa, and then Tennessee. Let's see, I was actually born in Sterling, Sterling, Illinois. So you know that out in the Quad Cities. And then, of course, folks moved back to the city. Catherine, you remember standing in formation for all the injections? Yeah, you remember walking down the line. You know, it's like two guys. At the time I was in, it was two guys. Right and left, zap you in the shoulders, move on along. Shattered ankle. Russians got that Viking in them. Now, again, I'm going to say it. They've got that pride in country. Okay, that we used to have. Okay, and now it's like, I don't think I like this anymore. Okay, we used to be a very proud nation. Now we're a very whiny, pissy, basement dwelling, video game playing, 400-pound Cheeto eating, keyboard warrior type nation. There's a few of us left, at least 1,500 by the Freedom Gathering page, that are a little bit more active than, I don't know, tapping on the keyboard. So, get out and fight. Let's see where we go. They lined you up in a padded room and dropped our pants for shots. Okay, we didn't have that. So we at least got them in the shoulders. Eric, where did I go to high school? Birmingham, Michigan. Birmingham Groves. It was on 13 Mile and what the hell was the name of the street? Shit, I don't remember. Hell, I graduated high school in 84, guys. Don't make me think that far, but I at least remember the name. My high school doesn't even exist anymore. Uh, Curb Creeper, Indianapolis here, chatted with you the other day. Well, okay, my daughter's about this spring will graduate from IU down in Bloomington, so cross my fingers. She's still an A student. Let's hope she keeps it that way. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Wise guy 4x4 makes me a white national. What the hell makes me a white nationalist? Okay. Yeah, I'm white and I'm a nationalist, but that doesn't make me a white nationalist. Okay. I could give a rat's ass what race you are, what religion you are. I will care about what political background you are. But as long as you love this country, I don't give a shit, period, about anything else. As long as you love this country, you're my brethren. Rose graduated in 77. Michelle, 84. Let's see, what do we got? North Shore, screw your color. Thank you. Okay. We all bleed red. Period. Done. Eric, do I remember doing the TB time test? Vaguely. Haven't even thought about that. Prepping plumber, drinking game. Yeah, I know. Every time I say okay, have a drink, right? It's one of those ticks that I've got. It used to be sitting there. Now it's my buddy in Utah used to say, you say that all the time. Now it's okay. So, all right. So there's your drinking game. You want to drink every time I say okay. In one of my videos, have a drink. You'd be drunk 8 minutes in. What do we got? Eric Johnson, remember Sam Kinison? Yeah. Smashing watermelons and all that sort of stuff. Oh, no, wait a minute. That wasn't Sam Kinison. No, I remember Sam Kinison. He did a couple of movies. I remember he did a Bon Jovi video. Always wore the goofy hat, short and fat and silly. Yeah, I do remember. Gallagher. That was the guy that smashed the watermelons. There we go. Wise guy 4x4. How the hell did you remember it was 13 Mile and Evergreen? You're right. Okay, I got to know this. How the hell did you know it was 13 Mile and Evergreen? So you know where Groves was. This ought to be interesting because here's a funny story, guys. So, of all the subs I have, all right, I actually had one that is relatively local. And I mean, and y'all know I'm not telling anybody where I live or anything like that, but he's kind of put bits and pieces together. And it's TH71, and I don't know if he's here tonight, but it turns out he lives about a half an hour away from me in the nearest town. And I had mentioned a restaurant I went to last night for dinner with my wife. And he's like, I live 200 yards away from that restaurant. Okay. And I know what's going to happen one of these days where I'm going to walk out and somebody's going to recognize me. But it always, of all the places I've lived and all the places I've been, it just amazes me that people know where I've been. I mean, I can talk about El Paso, Texas. I can talk about Monterey, California. I can talk about Newmarket, New Hampshire. I can talk about Florence, Kentucky. I mean, there's a whole bunch more because I've lived there. And it's amazing how there's people in all those areas. I mean, we are a big family, guys. So, just having fun. So, Liz, what am I doing up so late? It's Saturday. Come on, let me have some fun. I said I was going to have 12 more minutes, and John was looking to go out partying afterwards. He wanted to do his clubbing thing, so hence I'm here. So, and as you can probably tell, the eyes are starting to get a little there. So I'll do another 12 minutes, but Christy Martinez, yes, El Paso. Let's see, where did I live? I was at Fort Bliss. God, and let's see, this was, what was I in Bliss? 87 to 89. Had an apartment out on Dyer. I can't even tell you what the name of the apartment complex was by now. Who knows? It's already bulldozed. I mean, it's already been 30 years ago. But yeah, let's see what else we got. 13 and Evergreen is in Oakland County. Yes. Schleppen Prep. Yes. 13 and Evergreen is in Oakland County. Yeah. I lived in Bloomfield Hills, went to high school in Birmingham. I lived at 16 Mile and Telegraph, and high school was at 13 and Evergreen. Monterey because of the language school. Yes, that's where Rose Zingelman. Yes, that's where DLI is, Defense Language Institute. I'm kind of going back. Becky Reed, have I ever been to New York? Yes, I've been there one time. That was when I was a broker, and this was back in 1996. And we stayed across the river in Weehawken, and because I was working at Payne Weber at the time, trained in New York. So yeah, I was there before the towers fell, and I remember grabbing the subway under the towers one time, and then I've got a very interesting story about 9/11, but that's for a different time. Facial hair is called flavor savers for a reason. Yeah, okay. I'm 54. I'll leave it at that. Brenda, my dad and daughter graduated from UNT. It was NTSU when my dad went there. Yeah, and okay, so you'd understand why they called the radio station KNTSU, don't you? Yeah. And if y'all haven't figured that one out. Let's see. Moldy Soldier. My parents both went to DLI, and Dad also went to Naval Postgraduate School in Monterey. There you go. Yep. Actually, Naval Postgraduate School had a great golf course. And I mean, mind you, when I was at DLI, this was 1986. I was an E3, so I was probably making 550 bucks a month. Okay. A month. Now, granted, we lived in the barracks or whatever, but you didn't have a whole lot of money to spend, outside of whatever you were doing. But Naval Postgraduate School had a decent golf course. I think at the time it was rated like the number 7 golf course in California or something like that. But for military personnel, it was $21 a month to play all the golf you wanted. So all of us young enlisted people, it was cheap entertainment. So we all learned how to play golf, and we go play 4 or 5 times a week because we get out of school at 3:30, and we be on the golf course by 4:30, and we go get 9 holes in. But yeah, Naval Postgraduate School I know quite well. Even though I was in the Army. It was funny. Me and same buddy who lives in Utah now. 2 of us on a Honda 450 motorcycle. Me at my size, him, normal size guy. 2 clubs on a little 450 Honda, driving through the streets of California. Good times. What else we got going on? Still Wild Silence. How do you turn names orange? Real quick, if you're trying to respond to somebody, put the @ symbol, type before their name, and names will pop up. That's how it'll highlight somebody so they know that you're looking for, that you're responding specifically to them. Prepper Lane, your mother-in-law was on a plane in New York, grounded on the tarmac in 9/11. My parents were in Poland trying to fly back to the United States on 9/11. They were coming back from Warsaw, trying to fly from Warsaw to O'Hare, and they wound up stuck for 10 days, I think it was. They were finally, inevitably, they were able to fly into Toronto and got a car and drove from Toronto to Chicago. So yeah, there's a lot of that. Michelle loves freedom. Freedom. My late teens were partying at rock and metal concerts. Oh, that was me until my 30s. Catherine Mesa, Fort Jackson, Tank Hill, 86, Fort Gordon, Georgia, Busan, Korea, 87, Pentagon, 88, Fort Ord, California. Yeah, I know what you spelled it wrong. It ain't ODR. But Fort Ord, you were there a little after me, but that was just up the road. Shattered Ankle, Google's here. They got you. What did you say, brother? Tin Man. Wow, 300 people. You're the only Florida boy. Well, dude, it's midnight. We're on the East Coast. I mean, we probably got a whole lot of West Coasters here because it's still before the club time for them. For us, it's all bedtime. Let's see. What do we got? North Shore. You're gonna mop this up. Okay, you're going on a midnight one. North Shore, if you are going on a midnight live stream, I'll let everybody go here, but I'm going to cut this loose in a few minutes. Man, you got some cojones, brother, if you're doing that one, because oh my God. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the club is moving to North Shore Preparedness because these eyes are drooping real quick. And I mean, I haven't seen midnight in a long time, but I'm still here. So, all right, y'all. Thank you much. Hope we had a little bit of fun, but we just put, an hour and a half on this one, and that's more than this old mouth can deal with. So, have a good night. Love you all. Sign up at freedomgathering.org, damn it. See ya. Pinball out.